Hey, ladies, it is Coach Kim, and I am here with another video. I'm the founder of To Be a Good Steward, and I help Christian women develop healthy financial stewardship habits to become financially free because I want to see all my sisters win. All right. Now, in this video, I kind of want to talk about the quiet money fear that many Christian women face. All right. We don't talk about it. Now, let me just say this gently, but I do have to say it honestly. We say that God will provide. We believe it. We quote it. And yet, many of us are still afraid when we look at our bank accounts. I'm not talking about we're panicking. I'm not talking about we're being dramatic, but there's just this quiet fear that's sitting in the background. And the reason why we don't talk about it, because we think that faith-filled women, we're not supposed to feel this way. But who says so? So in this video, we're going to talk about the fear without shame and without pretending that this fear does not exist. So I want you to stay with me now because I know that each one of us, we go through this from time to time. So there's not just one money fear. There are layers to this. For some women, it's the fear of not having enough, not enough to cover emergencies, not enough to rest, not enough to even just breathe. For other women, it's like you have the fear of becoming a burden. You're needing help later in life. You're depending on your children or having to ask when you promise yourself that you would not ask anyone for anything. And then there's some of the fear that many of us, we rarely want to admit out loud. It's the fear of repeating family patterns. You watched money cause stress. You saw the arguments, the avoidance, the scarcity of money. And deep down, you're thinking, yo, I don't want to end up there. I don't want to be in that position. But what if I do? And see, these fears, they don't mean that you lack faith. They mean that you're just human, sis, and you are aware what's happening. So here's something that we don't say enough in the Christian space. Trusting God does not remove our responsibility. So planning isn't about fear, all right? Our faith isn't passive, okay? And provision often comes through wisdom, not around wisdom, but our provision comes through wisdom. So, as I just said, like planning isn't about being fearful, saving isn't about the lack of trust, boundaries aren't unspiritual. Let me repeat this for my sisters that's in the back. Boundaries are not unspiritual. And in fact, many women aren't afraid because they don't trust God. They're afraid because they don't trust the systems that they're standing on for their finances. And with God, provisions often look like clarity, preparation, discipline, and stewardship that brings peace, not pressure. Now, let me ask you a question, my dear. And I want you to pause with this. I want you to ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I don't control my money? All right. Again, ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I don't control my money? Not what you say will happen, what you fear will happen. Is it you feel unsafe? Could it be that you'll feel that you'll lose control? Or is it you're afraid that you'll disappoint yourself? Or are you afraid that you'll end up like your parents, how they felt about money? Because once you actually identify the fear, then you can stop letting it silently drive your decisions. Money doesn't just reveal numbers, it reveals trust, it reveals history, it reveals what? Your heart posture. And when the fear is named, it loses its power. Now, I want to hear from you, sis, because you're actually not the only one that's feeling this. You're not the only one that's carrying this. But tell me, which fear resonated most with you in this video? And I want you to drop it in the comments below. Finish this sentence. I struggle with blank. All right. Just whatever that word is. Now, this is not for you to fix it at this time. This is just, you don't even have to explain it. Just be honest. Drop that word in there and say, I struggle with blank. Now, if this conversation felt like a breath of fresh air because you thought that you were alone, that you were the only woman that felt fear about money, then sis, I want you to stay connected because stewardship isn't about perfection. Stewardship is about alignment, it is about peace and walking wisely with God. All right. So I want you to be at peace, knowing that fear is not your portion. All right. It's about releasing control, allowing God to enter in to your financial stewardship journey. All right. I love you so much, sis, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye bye.